Turn out the lights. This isn't safe listening. This is Scream Freaks, where horror classics bleed, modern nightmares get ripped apart, and no movie escapes judgment. I'm Fabulous B. No mercy, no filters, just horror. Welcome to Scream Freaks.
So, question is, did she ever put on the blue costume?
She didn't.
Pictures.
They would have been great pictures. Unfortunately, I have to deal with a restraining order. Oh, hey everybody! This is Fabulous B with Scream Freaks.
You never heard that.
I'll introduce you to my lawyer. How you doing, guys?
All right, who do we have in the studio with us tonight?
We got Captain Bill.
That's some weird-looking guy named Ethan Olfson.
That's cool. We're all weird here. But anyways, we are going to be reviewing, and I'm not going to be nice here, a god-awful horror movie, in my opinion at least. It was,
Oh, bother.
It's one of those I like to refer to. It was so bad it was good.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I mean, like, it was just... It started off whimsical with the animation telling the story of Christopher Robin leaving the 100-acre woods, and then all of a sudden it got really dark where they started being emaciated and having to eat Eeyore.
They had to eat Eeyore.
Yeah, poor Eeyore. He don't ever get a break. He's the first one they eat.
I know, right?
But to me, the concept of the movie was kind of cool in a way. It was very unique.
Well, they made it to where
come up with that. Chris Robin goes to college and he doesn't come back. And
he brought him food, and they were dependent on Christopher Robin, and they were deformed half-breed animals apparently, and then they had to eat Eeyore.
Just to revert to their cannibalistic nature, I guess. But
yeah,
I guess honey wasn't good enough.
Maybe not.
Well, I don't know. Honey apparently, because there was that scene where he poured honey on the person and started eating in the face.
Did they eat rabbit? Did they eat owl? I mean, we don't know.
Just Eeyore.
Well, no, because in the first movie you didn't see Owl, you didn't see Tigger. It was only you only saw
Piglet and Pooh.
And a grave marked for Eeyore. But now in Blood and Honey 2, they introduced Tigger and Owl.
Oh, fantastic. I probably won't watch it, but I mean, I started watching it, and my 11-year-old sat down with me and he started watching it, and it's pretty bad. They're trying to make it a horror movie if your 11-year-old starts laughing at it. And how bad the acting and how it was like.
You'll get an argument from me there. The acting was horrible.
Yeah.
It was the cut and dry, slasher.
Yeah.
But, like I said, the concept I thought was cool. And you got to admit, the kill scenes were pretty. I enjoyed the kill scenes. I did.
I mean, whenever they ran over the girl's head and her eye popped out.
Right.
Or they put the slow motion machete through the man.
Yeah.
The one chick got fed into the, wood.
Oh my gosh, and the gratuitous shirt rip. Really? Do we need her boobs to hang out before she gets thrown into the chipper?
Yes, absolutely.
I say yes.
Okay.
I have an old saying. Once you've seen one pair of boobs, you kind of want to see all of them.
Yeah, Ron White said it, even if it's some old biker chick and,
Right.
Yeah, you want to see him?
Yep. All right, roll them back up.
And they look like, 2 eggs nailed to a tree.
2 old, worn out socks hanging from a...
But, and then there was the scene in the pool.
Yeah.
Piglet with the, He Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, the chicken head with the sledgehammer.
But I mean, it was like I was telling Ethan earlier, we were talking about it, and it was, so cliche of a slasher film. I mean, seriously, you could take off the mask from Winnie the Pooh, put on Jason Voorhees, and you got Friday the 13th.
Which, I mean, let's be honest, that's the one thing, one of my takeaways from the movie is that they did look like masks.
Yes.
I mean, it looked like dudes that were wearing some rubber masks that you could buy.
Right. And the only difference between that is if you watched his ears in certain episodes, his ears would move.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the only way that it didn't look like.
Now, again, talking about in the second one, when it comes to Tigger and Owl, costs much better. They look
okay.
A little like Tigger looks more.
I might have to skim through that.
Tigger looks more like someone like a tiger human kind of person. It doesn't look like someone wearing a rubber mask.
He looks like a furry out of one of those.
Yeah, Owl is actually kind of creepy, but like you said, that's
yeah.
They're making a whole what they are calling a Poohniverse.
Poohniverse.
Yes, because there's Peter Pan movies have been turned into horror films. There's
terrible ones at that.
There's
Popeye the Slayer Man.
There's Pinocchio one. There's a Bambi one.
There's a Mickey Mouse one.
Yeah, it's called Mousetrap. It's on the list.
There's actually, if you look at, there's some Humpty Dumpty ones too. Horror movie, yeah. So
it's pretty bad that whenever some of these movies hit they hit public domain, and immediately people jump on them for a horror movie franchise. I guess because they're trying to capitalize on the name. Because
right, and the horror genre is so popular.
Right,
they made a horror movie out of Jack and Jill. I mean, come on.
Right. I mean, they did one out of Hansel and Gretel as well.
Yeah.
Right, and I as a kid, I was a huge fan. I used to watch this little variety show. I mean, every day after school called the Banana Splits.
Okay.
And they, they were just guys in costumes who did, funny little skits and introduced different little cartoon segments and shit throughout, kind of through the show. But, it was a kid thing. They actually turned that into a...
Dude, I swear to God, if they touch Blue's Clues, I'm going to punch the director in the face.
Just wait till we get the SpongeBob horror movie.
Oh, Lord. I mean...
Wait.
We don't need that. We don't need it.
January 18th, we're calling it. SpongeBob horror movie will be coming out soon, I guarantee it.
SpongeBob Slasher Pants.
It wouldn't shock. It wouldn't shock me.
It wouldn't. It really wouldn't. I mean, especially, so right now they're on a huge Gen X thing where they're taking Gen X cartoon characters and turning them into horror movies. Millennials, you're fucking next, and Gen Z, you guys are going to get your fucking childhood, cornholed.
Ruined, yeah.
If they want to make a truly creepy ass, kids show into a horror movie, they need to do Teletubbies.
I was about to say Teletubbies would be perfect. It writes themselves.
Creepy.
Those and the Boobas. You remember the Boobas that look like the big jelly ball looking?
Listen,
hearing it, but I don't think I ever watched.
My sister was a fan of the Bananas in Pajamas.
Yeah.
If you ever watched that show, it was creepy.
Yeah.
Well, strawberry shortcake. We could do that. There's a whole
HR puffin stuff. Yeah, that would write itself.
Those guys did.
Did you want to go ahead and ruin? Was it Lamb Chop?
Oh man. Oh. Okay.
The puppet turns on the woman. I guess.
Yeah.
Jeez, man, but yeah, I mean, like I said, yeah.
Blood and Honey.
Yeah, Blood and Honey. Let's get back to that movie. Bill, you do have a couple, good arguments with, the movie. It did have a good premise, the story behind it, with Christopher Robin, and all that kind of good crap. And the fact that he escaped at the end, Christopher Robin did. Sorry for ruining it if any of y'all are really wanting to watch this.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he did. To be fair. Later, Kenny. All right, Bill was already implying Blood and Honey 2, so, it had to have a continuance with Christopher Robin. Of course.
They could have capitalized on Blood and Honey 2. Any second movie needs to have Electric Boogaloo after it, like The Conjuring 2, Electric Boogaloo, Blood and Honey 2, Electric Boogaloo. I mean, anytime I hear a second movie, I always think, just like goes to my head, but with Turbo and Ozone.
Well, what's always got me is people who will actually think that the character's going to die in a prequel.
Yeah.
You've seen the movies beforehand. This is the prequel. I wonder if they survive. They do.
Yeah. But
sorry for the spoiler.
Well, I mean, it's just like, the whole Star Wars prequels. Everybody thought that, Anakin Skywalker was going to die. Y'all saw the first three, right? Darth Vader is Anakin.
Doesn't die until episode 7?
Yeah.
Was episode 7? Wasn't that when we Return of the Jedi? Because that's where he died.
Yeah, it was 4, 5, 6. It was episode 6.
Because it goes 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then 7, 8, 9.
I always thought that was funny how they started Star.
I'd rather watch Willow.
Yeah.
On episode 4, It was always.
Was it? He kept calling him Peck.
Oh yeah, nah.
R.I.P. Val Kilmer.
Yep. R.I.P.
Oh, Val Kilmer. Mad Mardigan.
Yep. That was a great movie, though. Willow.
Oh God. Yeah. Willow was.
See, speaking of Val Kilmer, it makes me think of a movie, Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
Now, had they made these Pooh creatures look a little more kind of like those, because those, the costumes were a little better than that.
Yeah.
Okay, getting back on track with the Winnie the Pooh 2, the wood chipper scene, that blood that was coming out of the wood chipper, we can all tell had about the same graphics as the fucking 3DO game systems back in the 90s.
Very, very cheaply done.
That was not very nice blood spatter. Whenever they painted on the windows, you can tell that was corn syrup that was on the windows.
Yeah.
With a little bit of dye.
One of the issues I had with the movie is the chick in the hot tub.
Right. Yeah.
She's taking the selfies. And then she sees in one of the selfies, she can clearly see a dude who, as far as she knows, just wearing a damn creepy-ass Winnie the Pooh costume and flannel shirt and overalls, standing back in the background behind, the fence watching her, and she just goes,
Yeah,
and
right.
it's like it goes ahead and gets into the hot tub, and
then gets her head squished as a result.
Yeah.
I mean, listen,
Batter up.
I would think if you're alone outside in the hot tub and you take selfies and you see some dude in a creepy ass costume. I mean, the fact that Pooh was like 6'5" in this,
right?
That's a big Pooh.
Well, yeah, he's like 6'5", 3 bills.
Yeah, I mean,
and you see this creepy dude standing in the dark, back and watching you, and you're just gonna like,
yeah, exactly.
Go ahead and get done. I think she would put headphones on.
Right?
It's just like,
I mean, like I said, my 11-year-old watched it, and he's like, why did she do that? He's like, I would have been running the opposite way.
Exactly. Yeah.
I would have left out of there a long time ago. And he was, I mean, like I said, an 11-year-old was laughing at the movie with me, and that's pretty bad. because I've watched other horror movies with him in the room, and he's like, he covers his eyes, or, oh my gosh. He told me today that he thought, and I agreed with him, that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was much scarier.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie yet.
I haven't either.
I've seen it.
I've seen the first one.
I saw the first one as well, and I thought that the first one had a lot to go for. So, I mean, it definitely had more of a scary aspect than
the Willy's Wonderland with Nick Cage.
Yeah, right. I guess if they have the budget or the money, then
that is the thing. This Winnie the Pooh movie, it was a foreign movie. I think it was made in, like England, Europe, somewhere. Because, I mean, there's people, so.
Yeah.
I do want to say...
It's a lower budget.
I do want to say, whenever I was creating the video, the artwork for this particular episode, I don't know if you noticed that I had to use an alternate version of Pooh in the artwork, because it kept flagging me for content violation for using. Apparently they're really high on their particular product and don't want me using the actual graphics of the character.
Yeah, I think that's a Disney thing, isn't it?
What it was, but whenever I changed it to the one that looks a little bit more like the Winnie the Pooh cartoon, it stopped flagging me.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, this movie, I went into it not expecting it to be some, blowing my socks off. Oh my God, this is going to be. I went into it just with what it was. This is going to be a silly, cheesy,
yeah.
B, C,
yeah. C
Give it the credit too.
It didn't stop me from wanting to see it, and
Yeah.
There was just, I mean, like I said, there was some part of it. It wasn't great, but it was kind of a fun watch.
Like I said, if
you just accept it for the silliness of it.
Well, I mean, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that. I mean, it did have an entertainment value, it did.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If you went into it with a Siskel and Ebert mindset, you're going to be sorely disappointed, and upset, and angry.
Well, I mean, also too, this is a horror movie, and I mean, if you go into it thinking that there's going to be some jump scares, or go into it thinking of this is going to be a very poorly recreated Friday the 13th.
Yeah. I went into it as mindset of a stoner and have nothing else to do on Saturday night.
Right.
And it made me giggle, and I wasn't angry that I had watched it. I was like, that was horrible, but it was memorable.
And it made you think of the alternate universe of what could have happened with Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh and Tigger.
Right.
Tigger's, I'm telling you, in
the second one.
Tigger's a savage.
Okay.
And the owl's just creepy as hell.
Yeah, I definitely need to look into those. Like I said, I'll probably just gloss through it. Like
I said you should, because I said they've just announced a part 3, and then they said they're doing a whole Poohniverse. Apparently, there's going to be some kind of movie that's going to include like all of them in it. It'll be
okay.
A Marvel, end of game shit, with all the.
All of a sudden, you're gonna see Kanga and Roo pop up, and
it'd be a gang. You got.
Yeah, and then Christopher Robin turns evil, and he's helping them out and shit. I don't know, but every time you say Poohniverse, I always think Poon, not Pooh. Niverse.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. It's Pooh.
Right.
Okay.
I'm thinking of the other Poohniverse.
Yeah, the age restrictions.
Yep, age restrictions, and yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for the time. This has been a fun, back and forth on this particular movie. I think we have another one coming up soon.
Rating for this one? Listen, as I stated, just because based on the premise, and I thought with some cool kill scenes and just the overall silliness of it, I'll give it 2 3/4.
2 3/4? Okay.
Out of what?
5 out of 5.
Okay.
Out of 3. It was a master.
I'll give it a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I was gonna go 2 as well. I mean, it's not exactly caviar. It's
No.
It's more Burger King
Also,
French fries.
as I stated, I went into it in a different sort of mindset when I watched it.
Okay.
So that kind of probably helped make it
I had a couple
more enjoyable.
I had a couple drinks last night. I probably should have watched it last night whenever I was a little tipsy.
There you go.
I watched it blitzed off my ass.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, until next episode, y'all have a good one.
Yeah. What do we got coming up next?
The next one we have Conjuring 2, and I have Brianna's sister. Hopefully, Brianna doesn't break the restraining order. And I did get the Pooh costume.
That's nice.
But and then after that, I believe I have Silver Bullet. So
yeah.
Are you down for Silver Bullet?
Yeah, like I already told you, dude.
Yeah.
If it's Stephen King or Werewolf,
Just sign you up.
Yeah, just pencil me in.
Okay.
I mean, there's other ones I'm down for, but those ones absolutely.
I know
Werewolves
that
and Stephen King.
I know that My Bloody Valentine was the one right after it. So that one is going to be with co-host Drew Leach, where he's going to make his first debut.
Nice.
Next week, Holly is going to be the co-host. That's Brianna's sister. She makes her debut. Brianna signed up for a couple that we had on the list. And I think Holly is probably going to wind up doing the same after this episode because she absolutely found our stuff amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, anytime that you guys want to, jump into one, just absolutely. Ethan, I got you on a couple solo.
Yeah.
Bill, you got a couple solo. And then we've got the 3 of us again. So, but yeah, thanks once again for showing up, guys. I know that you guys had a heavy weekend, so
It's not good. My busy my busy nights tomorrow night.
Busy nights tomorrow night.
Which I'm just gonna go out on a limb say, go you.
Yeah.
My Miami Hurricanes are playing for the national championship tomorrow.
And tomorrow night's my birthday.
Let's hope they give you a victory for your birthday.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Oliver keeps bringing that up, and he's like, "You think Miami's going to win?" I was like, "Yeah, I definitely think Miami's going to win."
What about you?
Exactly. All right,
I'd rather watch hockey.
rather watch hockey. Pro wrestling.
I'll fall and skin your knee on the way home.
All right, everybody.
Peter Griffin reference?
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in and listening to Scream Freaks. Yep, the podcast that blows gas.
There you go, man. Can't be good. Be good at it.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks for
Deuces.
Never go in the woods alone.
Beware of Pooh.
I see you've made it to the end, my friends. Most don't. If you like what you heard tonight, don't look away now. Make sure to like the episode and subscribe to Scream Freaks, because the nightmares don't stop here, and the next one is already waiting. I am Fabulous B. Sleep if you can.